Good morning, year two. How are you? I hope everything is going well with you. Okay, as we said that we are solving the point practice sheet together. Okay, so we are going to continue it now. Okay, so let's start quickly. Okay, let's start with question 4. We have finished 1, 2, and 3, and now we are going to start with question 4. Okay, as we said also before that I will read with you the sentence, and then I will revise this part if it wants revision. Okay, so we'll revise it together, and then I will give you time for answering this question, and then you will be shown the answer. Okay, so let's start with number 1. Here in this question, he's saying to you, you are going to choose the correct answer. Okay, in number 1, he's saying to you, what electricity is the type of electricity that makes my mobile phone works? So he wants you to choose which electricity, it's this type that makes your mobile phone works. Letter A is current, letter B is static. Okay, so let's start together the revision. Okay, what does it mean by current electricity? Current electricity, as we knew before that, it's the electricity that moves in a path, and this path is the circuit. So again, current electricity, it's the electricity that moves in a path. This path is called the circuit. Also, we took that the current electricity, they are two types. What are they? Main electricity, which comes from the outlet in the wall, or the batteries. So I will consider the main electricity, which is the outlet in the wall, and the batteries, both of them, they are current electricity. Okay? What about the static electricity? What does it mean by static electricity? It's the electricity that make things stick together. Do you remember when, for example, you rub a balloon with your hair? So it makes what your hair will stay like this, right? So this kind of electricity, it makes the things stick together. So again, the current electricity, it's the electricity that moves in a path. This path, it's called the circuit. Okay, it's two types: the main electricity, which is the outlet in the wall, and the batteries. The static electricity, it's the type that makes the things stick together. So he's saying to you in this question, which type of electricity that makes your mobile phone works? Which one do you think? The current one that moves in a path or moves in a circuit, either coming from the outlet or the batteries, or the static that make things to stick together? Which one do you think? The current electricity. So when you put the plug for the mobile phone's charger in the socket, you will get the electricity through the through the path of the charger, and then what happens? Your mobile phone will be charged. Okay, and it will work. Okay, number 2. It is what to stick my finger into the socket. Is it safe or not safe? Is it safe to stick your finger into the socket, or is it not safe? It's not safe, of course, to stick your finger into the socket. So let's remember together that there is something called safety rules. What are the safety rules for the electricity? First of all, we are not gonna put wires, too many wires on the floor, so anyone can step over it and then he will fall. Maybe he will get an electric shock if some wires they are open, for example. Okay, so it's not safe to keep too many wires on the floor for anyone to step on it. It's not safe, of course. The second thing, it's not safe to put wet hands, even to put your hands, even if it is dry, to put your hands in the sockets. It's not safe, of course, right? The third thing, it's not safe, it's not good to overload the socket with too much or too many plugs, right? Is it safe when you're having too many sockets? You will put too many plugs in it? No, it's not safe, right? The fourth thing which we have taken in the safety rules also, that you will not put your fingers, as I told you, even wet or dry hands, even your fingers, it's not safe, of course, to put it in the sockets. So don't put too many wires on the floor so anyone can step over it, or don't even put wires on the floor. The second thing, we are not gonna put our hands or even our fingers either wet or dry in the sockets, not to overload the sockets with too many plugs. Okay? Okay. Number 3, the washing machine changes the current electricity into what energy? Also, let's revise this part. We have taken before and we have revised it the last time, that the current electricity can be changed into other types of energy. Like what? Like the heat energy, for example. Like what? Like in the heater. When you put the plug of the heater in the socket, the current electricity changes into heat. The current electricity can change also into light. Like the TV, when you put the plug of the TV in the socket, what happens? The current electricity changes into light. Also, the current electricity can be changed into sound. Like what? Like the TV again, and like, for example, the mobile phones. The fourth thing that the current electricity can change into, it changes into what? Movement. Like what? For example, like the blender. When you put the plug of the blender in the socket, what happens? The current electricity is changed into movement, and the blender, for example, will cut the bananas or cut the peaches or cut whatever inside, tomatoes, whatever it's inside, right? So here he is asking you about the washing machine. It changes the current electricity into what? Into movement or into heat? Into movement, of course. Excellent ones. Okay, number 4. The current electricity is made in, where can I make the electricity? From where can I get it? From where? What is the place that makes the current electricity for me? Is it the sockets or the power plants? And we have revised it and solved it the last time. It's the power plants, of course. Okay, number 5. If the two negative terminals, and we have taken before that terminals means the sides of the batteries. So it's saying to you, if I'm having two batteries, as you see here in this picture, if the two negative terminals or the sides, they are next to each other, the toy or anything, will it work or will it not work? What do you think? If I'm having two batteries, as you see here, and here is the negative, it's standing beside the negative one, okay, will it work or not work? It will not work. As we have taken before that, if I'm having two batteries and I want to anything for me to work, what happens? I will put what? The positive beside the negative. Positive beside the negative. Positive beside the negative. They must be unlike, right? Why? Because if they are unlike, the thing will work. But if they are like, for example, positive beside the positive, the negative beside the negative, will it work? No, as we have taken before. Okay, so here in this question he's saying to you, negative beside the negative, will it work? No, it will not work. If it was positive beside the positive, will it work? No, it will not work. If it is positive beside the negative, will it work? Yes, it will. Okay, okay, continue number 6. Okay, the shadow is formed for an object when it blocks the light or reflects the light. When is the shadow formed? When an object is doing what? Blocking the light or reflecting the light? When it blocks the light, of course. Remember also we revised it the last time. How is shadow formed? That the solid object, it do what? Stands in front of the source of light. So this solid object, it do what? It blocks the light. So there is no light passing through this solid object. So what happens? The shadow appears of this object, okay? And of course, the shadow is the same shape. It has the same shape of the main object. For example, if you are putting an apple in the sun, for example, in the sun's light, so what happens? It appears the shadow of the apple, okay? Okay, let's continue. Number 7, light is a mixture of, or it's a mix of how many colors? 5 or 7? Yes, 7 colors. They are the 7 colors of the rainbow, and we gave it the word what? Roigebev, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Okay, excellent ones. Number 8. Light travels in what lines? They travel in zigzag lines or they travel in straight lines? The light travels in which lines? Yes, of course, straight lines as we said before. Okay, number 9. The absence of light is called dark or colors. When there is no light passing, when there is absence of the light, this is called what? This is called darkness, which means the dark, or it called the colors. It's called dark, of course. It's the absence of light. There is no light in this place. Okay, number 10 and the last one. In winter, we should wear which colors? The light colors or the dark colors? In winter, it's dark colors. As we said also before, that the dark colors absorb or take in the light or the sun's light, and then what happens? It keeps it inside, so we feel the warmth. That's why in winter we wear the dark colors to keep us warm. But in summer we want to feel cool, so we are wearing light clothes. Why? And or light colors. Why? So as to reflect the light away from us, so we feel cool. We don't want to feel warm anymore. Okay, thank you so much. I hope that you understood this part. Okay, and we will continue the next time. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.